Hey guys, Joe here, and yes, I know we looked at a 320 last week, the M18, US military's fully adopted new sidearm. We're looking at another SIG. That's awesome because it turns out Wilson Combat wanted to get into the game too. And because Wilson Combat got into the game, we now have a $1,200 P320 that isn't a Legion. Let's check it out. Thank you to Liberty Arms. They let me borrow these guns because I mentioned them. I can't link to them in these videos because it will get it instantly demonetized. However, you can just Google Liberty Arms in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and it'll come right up and you can place these orders. They'll give you a hell of a deal. They're great people. As soon as the pandemic has subsided enough, I'm going to start helping them at the store again. Now that that's all out of the way, let's take a look at what we came here to see. Before we get going, I'm going to make sure it's pointed in a safe direction, lock the slide back, stick your finger in there, make sure there's nothing in it, stick your finger in the mag well, nothing in it. So yes, we are safe to drop the slide on the WC320. That's right, this, even though it says P320 up here, is technically called the Wilson Combat WC320. You will notice immediately that it looks extremely different from the SIG P320. I don't have one sitting right here, but from what I can tell, it looks like Wilson Combat is getting blank slides from SIG Sauer and modifying them themselves. Unless, of course, they're actually sending them the specifications and having them do it. This is a polymer and steel gun, so lower's polymer, upper is steel. Let's take a look at the box real quick. Inside of it, you get nothing. Looking inside the box, you get one spare mag. This is a custom gun, by the way, so you're not going to get your typical 3 to 5 mags like you sometimes do. Owner's manual, gun lock is underneath right there, and your bag that the gun is shipped in. Not a whole lot in there, that's perfectly fine. And the magazines are interchangeable with the standard 320s, so parts are cheap. Now that that's out of the way, you can definitely see Wilson Combat design cues in this from the way that the stippling has been done on the frame to the changing of the front and rear serrations on the gun. They've done a few things, like the sights are different. They're Wilson Combat fiber optic front and a blacked out rear blade. It has a checkering on top of the slide, which can help with a little bit with glare depending on what the finish is on the firearm. It definitely seems to be helping, at least under a bright LED light that's above me. This is a full-size slide with a full-size frame, so it does come with a standard 17 round magazine, but you can also get, again, all the extended magazines as well as a couple of party tricks that we're going to talk about as we get into this. Standard 1913 pick rail on the front. It does look like there are a couple of other design cues that we're going to talk about real quick. It looks like this cut is different. Normally the SIG P320 would just go straight down there. They've angled it, made it narrower, so it basically just matches the diameter of the barrel. I think that looks really cool, and it probably aids with insertion and removal from a holster. These markings are not as aggressive as they are on the standard SIG or even the M18 or 17 variant, but they do seem to work fine. They're very shallow. You can see they're not very deep, but they're separated enough that they are quite grabby when you first put your fingers on them. And I just got done tearing down an oily gun, so this should slip if it was going to. Obviously, this is a striker fired pistol in 9mm. Has an integrated beaver tail. It's mainly to help if you have a, let's just say, more generously sized hand and your skin comes up higher. On some guns, you can get slide bite. That's where it comes back, and when the gun recoils, you can get little cuts on the back of your hand. As you can see, I don't actually have to deal with that. It is ambidextrous. Both sides have a slide release, and the magazine release is reversible. This does not have external safeties on it. This is not the military version. It also has a flat face trigger on it, which means it does not have a dingus trigger. I like that word. I got it from Military Arms Channel. But that means you also have to be more aware, because once this thing is hot, the only thing keeping it from going off is trigger discipline and finger control. That means if you buy this gun, you need to sit and practice hours and hours and hours of holding your hand up here. That's why they put these marks on here. It's not just for a design, it's a memory spot. It's not a notch, it's a spot, but it's some place for you to train yourself. Okay, I'm done firing, finger up. I'm done firing, finger up. Or I'm going to holster, finger up, finger up. I'm going to draw from the holster, finger up. It's a basic thing, but a lot of people don't actually practice it. When I'm sitting at home dry firing or practicing drawing, you can always see it too. When I'm holding the gun in the videos, I never put my finger on the trigger unless I'm demonstrating the trigger or if I have to disassemble the gun. Everybody makes mistakes. I try not to, but this is what I've trained myself to do, is always keep my fingers out of the trigger guard. Just because you cleared the firearm and set it down doesn't mean that if you turn your back for 10 seconds, somebody can't sneak in and put a round in there. Not that somebody would, but let's be safe, okay? In terms of the sight picture, this is what I like. And I've said it many times. It's just a high-vis front sight with a blacked out rear sight. It's what a lot of competitive shooters prefer. It's what a lot of active duty firing people, I didn't know the right way to put that, but I've spoken to police officers and military guys, and they also prefer just one good front sight and a blacked out rear sight, because the front sight is what you're supposed to focus on. You don't need something taking your attention away to the back sights. You want the front sight, and this is super easy to pick up. The only thing I might do is consider changing that out for green, but that's just because my eye picks up green better than red. Your personal preference will be probably the determining factor, and it does look like it's removable, so that's good. Let's go ahead and talk about this assembly. This is a SIG P320, so it takes down just like a SIG P320. Safety check it. Yep, nothing. Yep, nothing. All right, take your disassembly notch. Pull it down. It's going to be tight the first time you do it, so be prepared for that. You want it in the vertical position, and then you can release your slide. Flipping it upside down, you will see that you have your recoil spring, which is nested, captive, not nested, it's captive, and sits in there very nicely. Take your barrel, you can go ahead and pop that out. As you can see, it looks like a standard barrel. Not sure if the finish is different or if it's a different type. I mean, they're cold hammer forged anyway, so as long as it's the same material, it should be perfectly fine. Just says 6 Sauer on it. It does not have a Wilson Combat stamp on it, so I would assume that the barrel is just one of their match barrels. Taking a look at the slide, you can see a few machining marks inside there reflected on the finish, but nothing too drastic. I think that's just where the die goes in or the cutter goes in and kind of clears that out. It's smooth, it's visible, but you don't feel it. Overall finish is as expected for a 6 Sauer. I would say that on a $1,200 gun, you probably shouldn't see visible marks, but that again isn't going to affect the functionality of the gun as long as it's done correctly. Now we take a look at the grip frame. And this is a really cool thing because you can buy just these Wilson Combat grip frames. And I would highly suggest it if you're considering it, because nice stippling, the texture goes all the way up, and it just feels really good. And the best part about a SIG 320 is the fact that the entire fire control group can come out. I'm not going to do it. Check out the M18 video if you want to see how to pull it out, just because my hands are very weak right now. But all you have to do is push this out. You pop that out. The whole fire control group comes out. You can drop it into the new grip frame. So that also means that you can get a compact style. They also make a tan version of this. So you can change that out, have a black slide with the tan lower, or tan slide with the black lower, whatever you want to do. Or you can change your standard P320 up with a Wilson grip. You can also see it's a little bob back here, which is a Wilson Combat. Dan Wesson, SIG Sauer just kind of nod. A lot of their guns have them. Inside, the fire control group is all SIG besides the trigger. It doesn't look like anything has been changed. The spring might be different for the weights. I'll try it once we put the gun back together. But that is a field stripped SIG Wilson Combat 320. Reassembly is just like a standard 320. Take the slide, flip it over, take your barrel, set it in there, butt it up against the front of the breech, because it is a breech locking barrel. Take your spring. Take note, this red end was on the back when it was coming out of the firearm, so it wants to be there. Also, you can see that there is a size difference between the front and rear plugs, so if you have the wrong plug in there, it's not going to go in right anyway. As always, make sure the spring is flat and even with the gun, otherwise it's going to bind up when you put it back together. Once you have that, take your frame and your slide, place one over the other, and you got to give it a little bit of a push and rack it back. It pulled the takedown lever up on its own. That's fine. It can do that if it wants to. And try it. Reassembly is complete. Let's talk about the trigger real quick. Even though it's a flat face trigger, it does look like all the internals are just your standard SIG 320 internals from taking the fire control group out. That's all I could see. It didn't look like it was changed. I didn't see any markings. So the trigger feel is about the same. However, the trigger being completely flat and starting back a little bit, here we'll use this white piece of paper to contrast it. You'll see that it starts in a more rearward position than the standard trigger. So when you pull it back, it just kind of, there's your wall, and then breaks. Your reset is about normal, pops you back out, and then you go right into the next shot. Might be a couple of pounds lighter than the standard one. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. That is the SIG Sauer Wilson Combat WC320, however you want to phrase it. It is a customized gun, much in the way Zev or Agency Arms modifies Glocks. They put their own spin on it, they changed some stuff up on it, they changed enough to where it doesn't look exactly like a P320 anymore. However, it is nice that you can interchange a lot of parts. If you want to buy one, contact the store, Liberty Arms. Just Google it, Liberty Arms in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They'll take good care of you, give you a good price. You can get the Wilson Combat one, or if you don't care about the striations on the slide here or the top cut or any of that stuff, you can get a standard 320 and one of these grip frames in the range of $70. And then you could have this gun for about half price, since most of the internals seem to be just standard SIG. Or you can go whole hog because you love Wilson Combat, and a lot of people do, and order this version of the gun. Either way, I am impressed. It is pretty cool. It definitely looks a little bit different. I would have liked to see them do this to the Legion, but it probably would have pushed it into the $2,000 range, which would have been unfortunate. Let me know your ideas down in the comments. Let me know your opinions down in the comments. I'll be doing more firearms on the channel. Still doing tech, but I am starting my second channel, Custom Creation Studios, so you can go over there and subscribe to that as well. Every time you guys sub or watch a video or give me a like or use my Amazon affiliate links, it allows me to do things for the channel. I've upgraded my computer, I put it in a new case, I bought another camera. This is all stuff that you guys help me get done, and the more you guys do, without even having to open your pocket really, will allow me to start buying some of these firearms so we can do long-term tests with them, and we can take them to the range, and we can have those kind of videos. And I would love to put up more of those as soon as we are allowed back on the range. So I'm out of here. This has been the Wilson Combat SIG WC320. And as always, I'll talk to you later.